All right, we're recording.
Okay, we're recording. Let's go.
It's gonna be like super spooky.
Oh, I found a page from the Spirit Halloween of 13 of our favorite Spirit Halloween memes.
Oh my god.
We can go through that for Halloween
Spirit
costumes.
Halloween memes. But I was thinking we just open the episode and it's really spooky and creepy. And then we go, and it's just another two guys, or is it? Ah!
Okay, I think you should do that right now.
I already did it.
Oh,
See,
man.
we're already in the episode.
What a jump scare.
It was
like today's theme.
Halloween. Because guess when Halloween is, Edward?
At time of upload, so 3
So-
weeks. No, so way after this comes out.
So this is coming out.
Do you
It
wanna,
should
like-
be the 26th of October.
In theory, are you gonna fast track the release of this episode then?
Yes, this one's
Okay.
well, no, because we only have one for next week, which is
Okay,
the
yeah.
19th.
So you're gonna upload this one before How I Met Your Mother. Wait,
It is-
we could get How I Met Your Mother out close to American Thanksgiving.
American thing.
For thematic reasons that you'll
That's-
find out when you hear it.
Next week, on I think Thursday, is Halloween, and I was like, hey, we should do a Halloween episode, hey? Because everyone loves Halloween, except Edward. So,
So I'm a great counterpoint
so
here.
we're going to talk about Halloween. More specifically, what do you do on Halloween? What do you dress up as for Halloween? And if you're struggling to find those last-minute Halloween costumes, we got you covered, don't we, Edward?
I guess we do.
I'm really selling this episode, aren't I?
Yo, yeah, you are.
But I think it's such a big thing. I always thought that when I was in high school, I was going to be like going to like these massive rager parties. Not that I wanted to. I was just like, oh, there's going to be so many of them everywhere all the time. But for Halloween for the past like 2 years, I've gone trick-or-treating.
Okay, you've gone trick-or-treating.
In grade 10, I went by myself because I didn't have friends yet. And in grade 11, we went caroling.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. It was really fun, and we got a lot of candy, and I had like a Safeway bag. It was a plastic bag, and we got a lot of weird stares.
The last time I went trick-or-treating was grade 6.
You should go trick-or-treating this year.
So, fun fact about why I don't trick-or-treat.
Edward's lame.
I'm celiac,
Lame.
which means I can't eat gluten, which
So
means
you should be afraid of the big bag of flour that's sitting on my counter upstairs right now.
I'll avoid it at all costs. Which means I get the fun benefit of discarding roughly half of my Halloween candy.
Just give it to me, bro.
I used to sell it to my parents, but it's
Oh,
still
that's smart.
it's a hollow joy at the end of the day.
Just be like, I'm celiac. You should give me all your carrots. And then they give you carrots instead of candy.
All right.
I don't know where carrots came from.
So yeah, that's a little bit about why I don't trick or treat.
If you haven't bought candy yet, buy bags of baby carrots to give out to all the celiac and
especially because this is coming out on the 26th, so they won't mold in that time.
Yeah, see, so the fact that this is coming out, if you really need like last minute Halloween plans or ideas, one, go trick-or-treating. You're never too old unless you're like 45.
Hand out candy, it's really fun and rewarding.
Yeah. No, I've always been like, oh, I want to hand out candy on Halloween. And then people are like, come trick-or-treating with us. And I'm like, nuts. This was going to be my last year.
You just can't get out of the game.
I really can't. I'm being drawn back every
You're
year.
like George Clooney in
Like-
Ocean's 11. It's just one last job, Claire.
This year I still actually don't know what I'm doing for Halloween. I haven't decided yet.
Well, so that goes to our question. What are you doing for Halloween, Claire?
Yeah, I think I'm going to a party unless I find something else to do. But yeah, I'm going to a party.
That sounds fun. I'm never a big party guy, personally. I'm going to do what I've done for so many Halloweens past, which is I'll throw on a movie, I'll sit in my front room, and I'll hand out candy. We don't get a lot of kids, so it's mostly just a chill night for me. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping one of my parents is around the house. I don't quite know. And if they are, I'm going to play a hell of a lot of cribbage that night.
And if they aren't, then I'm going to sneak into your house and like in the Scream movies, and I'm just going to...
You're going to stab me?
Yeah.
Then who are you going to host podcasts with?
Oh no! The one flaw in my plan.
This is how you evade murder, children.
To get on a podcast.
Get on a podcast with your would-be assailant.
No, yeah. And oh my gosh, I have the best Halloween costume this year.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
I'm being Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes.
Who's Hobbes?
No one.
Hobbes is imaginary.
Hobbes is imaginary, but I'm crocheting
That's awesome.
a Hobbs stuffy that I'm gonna carry around all day.
I'm to satiate my two fellow improv captains. I will be, for one night and one night only, at our Halloween show. I am going to be Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, are you guys gonna be?
Yes. Jasmine's gonna be Theo, and Annika will be Alvin.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's
That
gonna
makes
be a
so
lot
much
of fun.
sense for all three of you.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense for you guys to do
Yeah.
to do that. That's so fun.
Speaking of which, Halloween costumes. I have found a list of funny knockoff Halloween costumes that we can go through. Well, if you don't want to talk about
I
stuff.
just think Halloween costumes have gotten so weird, and so like it's so difficult to do stuff that's cool because you can't just be a witch. Well, I mean you
Yeah.
can, but like everyone else has all these clever costumes, so it's like you have to figure out something that's cool and that makes you think, which is why I was like, Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, because some people will know what that is, some people won't. You know who will probably appreciate it? My English teacher. Oh, he's so cool.
Does he read a lot of Calvin and Hobbes?
No, he's just really cool and would know what Calvin and Hobbes is.
You know, fun fact about Calvin and Hobbes, they're, I think, both named after philosophers.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I like Calvin and Hobbes, and my dad has all the books, and he's the one who got me into reading Calvin and Hobbes, and I really, really like it.
These are all like the weird like Spirit Halloween knockoffs because they don't have copyright laws or copyright like rights. We've got White Clam Seltzer.
What? Oh. Why?
There's also, as opposed to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this year you could go as a pubescent frog of Silent War.
Sierra. Sierra likes...
Now, if you're a fan of the Addams Family, but you can't afford a Wednesday costume, you could always go with evil midweek cutie.
See, last year, I think my other option could be Wednesday, because I have a wig. Because last year for my musical theater dance class, we were the Addams Family, because we did, like, the song from that musical, and I got to be Wednesday. So I have a black braided wig that is so janky, and it is awful, and I would never be caught dead seeing it. I would never, I would never be caught dead seen wearing it. But the dress is nice.
Now, I was going to tell you about a couple more of these images, but they're not
They're
loading.
not loading.
So can I, live on podcast, can I get your Wi-Fi password, Claire? Okay, Wi-Fi obtained.
Wi-Fi obtained.
Okay, what else do we got here? We've got, if you really like Hocus Pocus, but you're on a budget, you could be the bossy or the goofy Salem sister.
Ooh.
We've of course got the cyber man / Padre from the hit film The Matrix. And if you like Jason Momoa, you could go as the Aqua Hero.
Oh no. Is that Sonic?
Yeah, if you're a fan of Sonic, you could be Blue Speed Mouse.
I strive to be Blue Speed
I wake up every day
Mouse.
and look at a poster of Blue Speed Mouse. And if you like Disney, you could be a lad in costume. A lad in a costume.
A lad in costume. That's beautiful. That's actually beautiful.
We've also got, if you really do like the Smurfs, but you are operating on a budget, you could be Blue Gnome Father.
Oh, Blue Gnome Father, our favorite.
And of course, the hit novel series with an author who has been problematic recently, Fantastic Magician Boy.
Ooh! Guys, we should all be Fantastic Magician Boy.
And don't even get me started on the famous video game brothers, Red Plumber Guy and the Green Italian Plumber.
John Luca? He was just here. That's crazy.
Yeah, he just left. I gotta do one more. Juice Demon.
Juice Demon. On that note, if you do need any last-minute Halloween costumes, please choose any from that list.
Yeah. I want to see hundreds of Juice Demons out there on the streets.
I feel like there's going to be a lot this year, actually.
Yeah.
Because of the movie.
Of Juice Demon, Juice Demon.
Yeah, I need to go see that movie.
I saw it, actually. It was, so the plot is less coherent than the first one. Uh-huh. But we get a lot more Juice Demon.
A lot more.
And it's still really funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's funny.
Yeah.
If it was, like, really unfunny...
They also had to find a way to make that movie where the original movie, two of the actors are super problematic for different reasons.
Because I know one's the father.
The father Dietz is in prison for stuff I don't want to talk about on this podcast.
Right, yeah.
And then Alec Baldwin killed a guy. It was like, so it's an involuntary manslaughter case. He was
Oh,
yeah. There was a whole malfunction with the prop gun.
Right.
He accidentally really shot a person, and I think that's why the ghost couple aren't in that movie.
Yeah, that makes sense because you can't just have one and not the other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's oh.
But it's still a really fun movie.
Okay, I'm glad that it's still
and
a good
Jenna
movie.
Ortega does a good job.
Yeah, she's been having her moment lately. Yeah. But yeah, oh my god, whenever we mention famous people, they show up on like the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega, listen to our podcast.
No, they don't actually show up.
Damn.
God, I wish. No, but like little like things pop up.
Yeah.
With their names.
That's crazy.
Like.
I should list off a bunch of famous people.
We'll just list off all the actors in all the movies.
All right, who's ready for the cast of Beetlejuice?
Catherine O'Hara.
I love Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara is amazing. Like she brings so much to everything
also,
that she's in.
Has a weird legacy with Halloween movies because she's also in Nightmare Before Christmas.
She is.
Yeah, she plays Sally.
But is that a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie?
Both simultaneously.
Okay. So that would make her... But then she's also, like, the queen of Christmas movies, too.
Really?
Because she's in Home Alone.
She is! And Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yeah. So
really, she's just God.
She is God.
She's also Canadian.
No,
She and Eugene Levy are both Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me love her even more.
There was this old Canadian TV show called Second City TV. And it was Mike Myers... Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, and John Candy.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was this old sketch comedy show.
John Candy was he not in that other one? The second one? No, the first one.
Yeah, he was the king of polka.
Yeah.
King of the Midwest.
So they already knew each other. That's cool.
And then he was also in a bunch of other films by the guy who directed John Hughes, who directed Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
But that's not a Halloween movie, Edward.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm on a diatribe because
we're talking about Halloween.
Okay, fine, it's Halloween.
Spooky.
Anyway, spooky. It's
spooky.
Not. I mean, it's not a Halloween movie, but Home Alone's pretty spooky.
That's true. I would be scared if I was left home alone.
Especially Shovel Man.
I don't think my parents would ever leave me
if
alone.
If I ever go for Halloween again, I'm gonna go as the shovel guy from Home Alone.
Edward, you should do that on actual Halloween this year.
I can't grow a beard that good.
And you just walk around with
a shovel and a bucket full of salt.
Just smack the thing and it made a noise. No, yeah, you walk around. People will actually drag their children away from you. You will be like, the police will hear about you.
Trick or treat.
Because here's the problem. You are like an actual human size now.
Yeah.
If you were like a little baby.
Well, I'm more than a human size. I'm like above the average median height.
Skill issue.
How tall are you, Claire?
I actually don't know.
I'm 7 feet tall.
I'm
and you know,
4'11".
This is an audio-only format, so they can't prove me wrong.
I'm 4'11", and I just cower.
Guys, I'm from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm still shrunk.
Really? That's crazy.
Also, on that topic, I think Rick Moranis, who was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, was also on Second City.
Oh, that's crazy. But what about horror movies? Even... We talked about horror movies on the movies episode.
So I don't engage... I've said this on the movies episode. Yeah. I don't engage much with horror. I do truly adore 2 Halloween staples, though. One is Tim Burton as a director.
Of course.
And Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Not on Halloween day, because you're busy on that day. We should, watch Rocky Horror sometime.
I was planning on watching it with someone last year, and then I canceled those plans to go do other things.
To go carol?
Yeah, to go carol.
Anyway, I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's absolutely fantastic. And then Tim Burton. Favorite Tim Burton movie? Edward Scissorhands. And not because of my name.
Because your name's Edward?
No.
What about Twilight? How do you feel about Twilight?
I hate Twilight.
Is that a Halloween movie? I've never seen it.
No, I think it's just about vampires.
So it is a Halloween movie.
Does that make What We Do in the Shadows a Halloween movie?
Sure.
Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
You should watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Why?
Because it's really funny. Do you know Taika Waititi?
Oh, yes.
He directed What We Do in the Shadows. And also stars in it.
Okay.
Did you know Taika Waititi's in every movie he's directed?
That makes sense. That's like Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of directors who are also actors do that. Just because they want to act.
But Jon Favreau didn't play the angry German man.
No, he's in a lot of stuff. Yeah, but not any Halloween movies, Edward. which is what we're talking about. And people get mad at us when we go
about
off.
What We Do in the Shadows, which is a Halloween movie. Halloween as a kid.
Halloween as a kid is so fun. It's like, it's this magical day where you get to wear different clothes to school.
And it's the one day where you can take candy from strangers.
You can take candy from strangers, but you still have to be careful. Like, don't get into people's cars.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
So
if you're out there trick-or-treating tonight, there shouldn't be kids listening to this.
If you're a kid listening to this podcast.
If you're a kid listening to this podcast and you go trick-or-treating on the night of October 26th, first of all, hold off, wait 5 days. Second of all, be safe out there.
Yeah. Wear lots of fluorescent lights.
Also, wear layers.
Wear layers.
Because it gets cold.
I know you're like, oh, but it'll ruin my costume. But you're going to get hypothermia.
There's actually one really funny story. I was very young. I must have been grade 1 or 2. And I went as a ninja for Halloween. Because I'm awesome.
You are awesome, Edward.
And ninja costumes are really thin. And I thought that exact thing. It's going to ruin my costume.
Right.
And it was cold. And it was windy. And it was snowing. And I made it around the block. And then went home.
Because you didn't wear anything.
No.
Oh.
And I was dying.
See, one year I always wanted stuff that I could fit costumes under, or not costumes, that I could fit like coats under.
Yeah.
Because that was like one of the things that my parents were like, you have to think about this, make sure that you can put stuff. I went like in grade 6, I had one of those donut things.
Yeah.
That was my worst ever costume. And I regret it to this day. I went as Anna one year. That was my best year for like...
Candy?
No, for just being warm. Because with Anna...
She wears winter
clothing.
I had a friend of my older brother who, one year when it was snowing on Halloween, he went as an iPod, which meant his costume was big and rectangular.
Box? Yeah.
So he was sledding with his body.
Oh.
He would run and he would slide. And it was awesome.
That's a choice.
Yeah, no, my happiest memories of Halloween are like we used to have all my friends over for pizza before we would go out and trick or treat.
Lucky. I always had to go with the neighbor kids. I was friends with the neighbor kids, but I was...
Do the neighbor kids listen to this?
No, they moved away. No, but I would always hear my friends would always go trick or treating together, and I never got to go trick or treating with my friends. So I was just kind of like, nuts. I always had to go with the kids in my neighborhood because I don't live anywhere near anyone that I know. Right, Edward?
Yeah, it's a long way from my home.
A long way from your home in Detroit.
Yeah, I walk here every time. You film in Canada. It's a long walk from Detroit to Canada. I go through Quebec every time.
Do you do like a straight...
Yeah, I go up and then I take a right angle.
Okay.
I go up and I actually catch the Canadian Pacific Railway. I catch a CP rail car.
See, I don't know how bad the math is down in the States, but if you just like go like
diagonal,
but
then I can't catch the CP railway.
Okay.
I like Canadian Pacific.
Sure.
They still have their open box cars. I hop in and I play the banjo.
And that's what Halloween's all about.
So anyway, people get mad at us for going off topic.
I think we're both the culprits. Halloween as a kid is so magical, and then you get all this candy, and you're like, this is more candy than I've ever seen in my whole life.
And then you get more the next year.
Yeah, and I have so many pictures of me with so much candy. And I just look so happy.
And you like dump it all out and then you sort through what you want and what you don't and you trade with your friends.
Did your parents? No, I never got to trade with my friends. What do you mean? I went home and sat and laid it all out on my counter. And then my parents would be like, you get 3. And I was like, yippee! Did your parents ever let you like get candy before you went to bed?
My parents were just like, my parents would tell me when to stop.
Oh. Yeah, I got like 3 or maybe 5, depending on how old I was.
Yeah, no, my parents were like, okay. That's enough.
Edward? And then Edward's just off in the corner like a gremlin.
Yeah, I've got chocolate stains all over my mouth. Just.
I can imagine that too.
You know a joke's funny when you start laughing at your own jokes.
That's all this. Who else is gonna laugh at this? We're the only ones.
We
here.
have a weirdly devoted listening base.
Here, we'll give them a couple minutes to laugh. Okay, that's enough laughing. Yeah. Thank you.
Stop.
Actually, put in the comments what you're dressing as for Halloween, because I'd really like to know, and I'm sure everyone on the internet would like to know too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like Halloween, just as a concept.
That's fair. And I see the appeal. It just... being gluten-free does make it a bummer.
Is that the only reason you don't like Halloween?
That's like 90% of it. I also don't like horror, but the main thing is, honestly, Coffee Crisp used to be my favorite candy, and I can't eat it now. And do you want to know when you see 99% of the Coffee Crisp you will see in a given year? It's Halloween, dog. It's Halloween.
Unless you're friends with Clara and see her a lot. She has a lot of Coffee Crisps.
Does Clara just buy Coffee Crisps?
I don't know. She just somehow, like, she has at least, like, 1 or 2 a month.
That's crazy.
I don't know how.
I'm so jealous.
But, like, it just happens, and she'll say this isn't true. But, like, I see her so much, and somehow she always has a Coffee Crisp. Not always, obviously. But, like, she'll just have one, and I'll be like, to be fair, I gave her one last month. Yeah. But, like... So maybe I'm the problem.
Clara, if you're listening, comment your total number of Coffee Crisps so far this year.
Yeah. I think I still like Halloween in schools, kind of. Like,
Halloween at our school's weird, though. Because it's simultaneously like, how can we have Halloween fun and prevent a murder?
Yeah. You can't wear masks. You
can't wear masks. You can't bring any fake or real weapons.
Do you think I can bring Hobbs in? I don't think Hobbs is a weapon. You're so right, Edward.
Yeah, Hobbs couldn't hurt a soul.
He's a fluffy little guy.
Imaginary.
He's imaginary. Just, it's like the thing of, I saw so many pirates last year, and it was just like girls in like shirts and hats, and I was like, okay, that's effort. I want to see people put in more effort.
I've got a story that might be a little edgy for the podcast, so I might tell it and then you should cut it out. Okay, so anyway, one of my teachers told me a story about one year a kid dressed as a mammograph machine.
Okay.
Do you know what those machines are?
No.
Those are the ones for when they look for tumors in breasts.
Right, okay.
So they're the ones that do this.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he did that at school.
Oh.
And I think he won the costume contest and then ran. No, he went up on stage with the costume contest
but
and
he
then
was just the machine,
and then just bolted.
Right?
Well, but do you get the joke of that costume?
Yeah, but like, it's fine. We'll leave it in. Like,
so Halloween, huh?
Halloween gets edgy, and I think
Halloween gets weird once you get past like age 12.
Well, yeah, and then like everything's about like. Because people go out to, like, clubs and stuff. So they use that opportunity to do something really, really weird and weird.
You know, it's so weird and weird.
No, I don't know. I feel like it should just be more about, like, sharing your passions with the world.
I think we should make Halloween about what it was originally. The arrival of the new saints.
Edward, you're no fun. You know that?
I'm kidding. I don't think Halloween should be a strictly Christian holiday.
Halloween's a Christian holiday?
It used to be All Hallows Eve. You would welcome the new saints into the world.
Okay, well...
If I remember correctly, that's where jack-o'-lanterns came from, trying to ward off demons.
You look it up. I'm just gonna say, I think Halloween should be what it's always been about, which is capitalism. And getting candy from strangers and dressing up as your favorite character. And just going around with your friends and being a happy little guy. But as we get older, no, it turns into everything's got to be like some sort of party. And you've got to go, and now you're not allowed to trick or treat. Or if you do, you have to be it has to be a gimmick. Yes.
One theory holds that many Halloween traditions were influenced by Celtic harvest festivals, particularly the Gaelic festival of Samhain, which are believed to have pagan roots. Some go further and suggest that Samhain may have been Christianized as All Hallows Day, along with its eve by the early church. Other academics believe that Halloween began solely as a Christian holiday, being the Vigil of All Hallows Day, celebrated in Ireland and Scotland for centuries. In case you're wondering where Halloween exists.
I think Halloween was always about dressing up. I think people just wanted to dress up. Did they dress up as, like, the saints?
I don't think so.
Then where did the idea of dressing up come from?
I don't 100% know.
Where did the candy come from, Edward?
I don't know either.
See, and that's why we're great podcasters.
I could go read more of the Wikipedia
know about
page.
Everything that we talk about.
I know a little bit about a lot of things. Anyway, Halloween is such a weird holiday, though. Like, even conceptually.
You think?
Well, because, like, if you trace back a lot of holidays we have, like, even their most problematic, like, Christmas is, like, celebrating, like, a thing that everybody agrees on.
Right.
Even if it's, like, there's, like, whole...
Family, and
there's, like,
snow.
And there's, like, disputes about its origins and whatever.
Right.
And, like, like, whatever. Like, Valentine's Day is love. Earth Day is the earth. Thanksgiving. Thankfulness.
Thankfulness.
Halloween.
Family.
I don't know.
Pumpkins.
Overconsumption.
Yum.
And fear.
I love overconsumption.
And debauchery.
Yay! Murder?
There actually used to be a thing in some, like, larger cities back when, like slums used to still be a problem in, like, major American cities called Devil's Night, I'm pretty sure. Where basically people would go out the night before Halloween and commit a bunch of crimes. And if that's not true and is only a thing in the film The Crow, you can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's also, like, a thing that happened.
Just because there's so many scary movies out there that talk about things that happen or, like, things that take place around Halloween.
Yeah.
And then it's just, like, don't Scream movies take place around Halloween?
Not all of them.
A couple of them. The newest one did.
Well, because that's the whole thing of, like, when it becomes popular, oh, you have a bunch of ghost faces in the same area.
Yeah. It was fine. Like, I watched it without watching all the other ones first.
That might take away from the joy of it.
I understood it to a degree, but also it's just, like, it's the same concept, and you can't keep evading death forever, you know? But, I don't know. I think the Scream movies, they birthed an interesting thing.
They're also one of those ones that's definitely, like, they are recognized for how impactful they were at their inception.
Yeah. And then they just kept going until... And then it's ruined.
It is really funny that they have a version of the Scream films in the Scream universes. There's a separate film.
Oh, no, yeah, there is, isn't there?
Because all the Scream movies are horror comedies, to some extent.
Yeah. I only really like horror comedies, actually. I'm realizing. Like, straight up horror is just kind of scary. You would never believe it.
My scary movies are pretty spooky.
But the scary movies are kind of scary, bro. That's gonna be hard to listen back to.
Whoa.
No, there's a lot of things that we want you to put in the comments today. Put in your favorite scary movies. There's comments on Spotify. Did you know that?
And comment how you feel about Halloween.
Yeah, we want to hear it. We want to hear all of your secrets.
I was thinking of a different thing. We should steal a concept from Good Mythical Morning, and do a bad Halloween candy bracket.
We should. If you weren't celiac, we could just do a Halloween candy bracket.
Yeah. Well, we could do a curated Halloween candy bracket.
Yay, only arrows.
I can eat all Maynard's gummies, thank you very much.
Yay, Maynard's gummies.
Do you have a problem with Maynard's?
Not really, it's just like it's either hit or miss, you know?
Yeah. I'm not a big Swedish Fish guy, personally.
That's fair. I'd like... berries or like peaches or...
Berries and peaches are solid.
Berries and peaches are solid. Everything else can...
I think Maynard's can, for the most part, do no wrong, personally, but...
I think my favorite, like, chocolate...
Yeah?
...is... Ooh, I actually don't know. I like O. Henry's.
That's fair. O. Henry's are one of my tops now that I can't eat Coffee Crisp.
For a while there, I didn't like caramel. Is it caramel or caramel?
I say caramel.
For a while there, I didn't like it.
Yeah?
I now do, and I realized what I was missing.
What a thrilling journey that was.
I know.
It really took me on a word saga.
For a while there, Halloween was really about my parents just getting all the candy that I allegedly didn't like because I didn't like caramel.
Oh, they told you didn't like it?
No, I was like, oh, I don't really like it. And then my parents were like, okay, we won't stop you. So they got it, but then one year I tried it, and I was like, I've been missing out my whole life.
And then your parents were like, no.
Yeah. Still now, I like make them a little...
tribute?
Like, I pick out like one of each candy and I put in a little bowl for them. I'm like, you guys can have those ones. Usually they get like the leftovers because no one comes to my house.
Take your parents trick-or-treating.
Yeah, Edward, that sounds like a great idea. That wouldn't be weird at all.
Ain't that fun?
I'll send them up to the houses and I'll just walk around the neighborhood and be like, okay, buddy, go get your candy.
Yeah, you should do that. And have your parents go in as costume as, like, children.
They just go on their knees?
Yes,
or they
and walk around on concrete.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea.
Sorry, Claire's parents.
Yeah, they listen to this. They're gonna hear this, Edward.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I like Halloween.
I do too. We've been going around in circles for
I
a
think
while
we
now.
should do. I think we should do a what Halloween character are you? This should be our
BuzzFeed
new
quiz.
thing. This should be
And every episode with a BuzzFeed quiz.
just in this session. What Halloween are you?
How are we gonna do that for the next episode?
We'll figure it out. What happened to Zac Efron? Sorry.
Okay, I found it. I found a BuzzFeed one.
What is it?
It's time to find out which Halloween movie character you are most like.
Movie
No, I literally put what Halloween character are you, and this is what came up.
character are you?
gotta do-
Which one?
Do you want me to send this to you?
Yeah.
All right, Claire. Claire, last name redacted.
Do you have my last name in your phone?
No,
Okay.
I could.
Please don't.
All
All right.
You ready?
Let's
Okay.
see.
Choose a costume.
Choose a costume.
Witch, ghost,
Anything
anything
scary.
or IDK.
IDK.
I'm an IDK kind of guy.
Can I go ghost? I want to be a ghost.
Pick some candy. Lollipop,
No.
Skittles,
No.
Milky Way, Airheads.
Like you?
Oh, I'm walking it. Okay, I'm a Skittles guy, honestly.
What's a Milky Way? I feel like I know what that
I think
is.
it's just chocolate and caramel.
Okay, I'm gonna pick that one.
You get to read this one.
Who takes you trick-or-treating? My mom and dad, my sibling, no one, or other.
I think when I did go trick-or-treating, it was my mom and dad, but I'm gonna go with no one now.
Well, we're doing now, so I'm gonna say other, because I go with my friends.
What do you get in the Halloween spirit?
How do you get in the Halloween spirit?
I can't read.
It's supposed to be my thing. Set up a haunted house, decorate, look for an amazing costume, plan the route for the most candy.
The closest I get is decorating, because I help my family get set up.
Yeah, I feel like decorating really gets you in the Halloween spirit.
Who are you?
I'm Wednesday from the Addams Family.
I'm Lydia from Beetlejuice.
Oh, lucky.
We got basically the same character.
There's only like 2 characters in Halloween movies, let's be honest here.
We are both creepy girl.
This is really sad because I could be Wednesday if I really want.
Do you want to read the Wednesday character
Yeah.
description for this?
Okay. You're an intelligent leader, and you're very comfortable living on the edge.
Okay, I've got Lydia. You're unique, and you tend to feel alone in the world. You're quiet, but also resourceful.
That's so generic.
Alright, how do we want to outro a Halloween episode?
And then we realized that there were people in this house. Woo!
Boo!
Whoa, I'm so scared.
That was terrifying.